My bad, guys. My phone ran out of storage. But anyway, I ended up meeting this gentleman when I went back to this job. Different location though. I went back to Keller. See, because I started this job in 2015. And even during this time when I got kicked out of the house, lived with a buddy, was still at that location. But my college, because I went to DBU, Dallas Baptist University, 2014, Tarrant County College. Then University of North Texas was my third year, fourth year, fifth year, fourth and fifth year. So I went back to Keller though, while living in Denton now. So I flip-flop. And this gentleman, now looking back and the clarity kicks in, this man who started everything that you guys see previously uploaded on my channel that starts with the G word. He had this infatuation with me, and I could tell, and it was weird. I didn't have a problem with it. He liked to be a little trickster. And now it all makes sense. He had ties in with masonry. He was a mason. And I ended up getting into and kind of learning, not even about that, but even higher kind of sources with that in 2019. I got promoted within that position. That's when I became the overnight grocery manager position in 2019. A lot of awarenesses, a lot of synchronicities happened during that time, and I fell into a lot in 2019. Even things politically that I regret speaking on because it just wasn't my position. It was something that should have been supported but not said from me. So I didn't have to speak. I never had to talk to make a difference. All I had to do was support. And that is the lesson I learned. So yes, there's the other coin to it with the synchronicity, if you want to call it that. We don't need to call it that. An involvement that happened around the same period. Because come to find out, you're being tracked as a time sequence. When you fast forward and kind of see why all this kind of happened. So everybody kind of knew before you knew, until pressure starts to cycle. But then once that pressure's kind of blown off a little bit before it needed to be, then that's when you're allowing things to go away that it kind of shouldn't go. And now people are feeling validated to pull the nonsense bullshit that they pulled to put you in a position where it's looking like you always need help or something. Because that's what he did. So my book was stolen from me, and it was recreated in real time to replace me using AI and ChatGPT. Kid you not. Can't get a good angle here because of the sun. Yep. Because when you're not seeing everything clearly and you're being distracted, then all of this is being done behind your back in real time using AI, yep, ChatGPT, which is manipulation. There's a lot of examples on the news about this with the whole AI and using it, photo generator, audio splicing and recording and using all these apps to kind of make narratives that aren't true. So fighting back on that is the fight right now. And this is where this video is coming from. There is a lot more to it. I didn't want to make this one too long. There's a lot more to add that I will add. But justice will be served, and I got pretty fortunate with the timing that I was able to put all this together. Trust me, you don't even know 1% of everything in between this. So that's what one of the first things that dude told me. Because what happened is he did what he had to do, which was to get me. That's what he did. I don't know if he did it in 2018 or did it in 2019. It was kind of like more covert in 2018, where he wanted to be around me. He wanted me to be a part of like something he had going on, but he never really said it to me. But I could tell just by the way he would speak to me. He would speak to me in like test ways to see if I was like a snake, because he was the overnight grocery manager position. So he talked about this person in a certain way, talked about this certain person in a certain way. It's almost kind of like he already knew about me, like he looked into my natal or something. I know how to align the stars. That's how he sounded like that. My brother used to have the FBI. That's what he told me, yeah. That's what he sounded like, yeah. And said it again to me, because later on he ended up leaving the position, losing the position. He didn't want to do it anymore. I transferred to a different store, man, with one of my buddies, the friend actually who got me to live with him. His whole family they're very wealthy, and they flip properties. They do property management. And he had a good friend too, which I met. He and I got along well, and he was the overnight grocery manager position. So this is 2019 Flower Mound. He didn't want to do it anymore eventually because I was working really hard to get that position too, because I wanted to finish college. I was still going to college, but I was just now stopping. I saw this overnight grocery manager position with overtime. It worked with my lifestyle, and it paid the bills, and it paid just as much as if you were to get a bachelor's to even be a psychologist, which now a psychologist to me, I don't even look at that as even above anything I know. I learned more after college than I did in college from things that have nothing to do with college. And in a much shorter span time too, in like a week compared to 4 years, I kid you not. There's some leapfrog type stuff that I'm on. Me, yes. So, you know, there's a lot more I want to add, but I can't make this too long. But my book was stolen from me in 2018. Because now to come to think of it, was I being negligent or was my car broken into? There's a lot in between this. Oh, we've got a bunch of content. Get your popcorn. Because we can fast forward now. Apparently there's a bunch of properties in my name. My information is all over the dark web. This is why we've been speaking about the things we had before, and there's just a lot more going on. Things are really shifting. And you can't allow people to make narratives about you and make lies and even go as far as going to authorities over false information and all this stupid shit that people are doing. So you may have hidden enemies you never knew about. These people could have been pretended to be for you the whole time too. But you're being protected too, don't you? Because of everything kind of going on. So Chat GPT, AI, green screens. We'll get into it. There's a lot more to it, but yeah, they try to recreate the movie. They try to replace me. They try to like clone me, basically. A whole team, a team actually. This is my reaction. This is the starting point to what I'm gonna finish. They don't get to finish it, but just know that I know. So, my book, not yours. I'm gonna leave it there for now.